welcome to the finale here for Thunder Valley Racing Series, the Truck Series League, brought to you by Plan B Sales. This is it. This is what it's all about. This is what these drivers have been racing for this entire season. It is down to the final four. This is TCW in the booth. I'm going to be broadcasting the race and bringing it to you. I got Code Red Dew with me here tonight. Glad to have him in the booth as always. Dude, how you feeling tonight, and what do you think about this race?
I'm feeling great, man. Glad I get a chance to be able to be back up in the booth after being gone from vacation. And real quick, before we continue, I do want to send a shout out to our friends at the JJ Talk Show for allowing me to get a chance to promote this race. Make sure you guys check them out on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. That is the JJ Talk Show.
And of course, we appreciate their support. We also have in the booth with us tonight Delgatro. He is a guy that's been joining us here lately and has done an awesome job, and we appreciate his help. Delgatro, are you excited about this season finale and this truck race here at Iowa?
He's so speechless he can't even contain himself.
I understand. I've been that way a time or two myself. So, all right, we'll get back to Delgatro here in a second. But like I mentioned, we're going to be at Iowa Speedway here for the Final Four. And it's going to be between Y'all Ain't Ready Racing, Cushion Pushing, Ski Mask Leezy, and your commissioner, D-Blood 87, which he ran a good race, which my friend here, Duke, called last night. He had a great race. He set himself up in a good position to come out with the win, but with some unfortunate cautions and things that played out, it ended up going to Ron Racing. Dude, what was your opinion on last night's race, and what did you think about that entire race?
I mean, pretty much, you said it. You said it. I mean, I pretty much called the whole race, and it was myself, Cushion, and DJ, and I felt like D-Blood had the car. I mean, he was out front. He pretty much led almost the whole entire race, and we all thought, this man was going to win this race, but yet because of cautions, that ended up being the case for Ron Racing, because it was fuel strategy that pretty much gave Ron Racing the chance to be able to pass D-Blood. And even though Ron Racing didn't win the race, he still managed to win the championship by finishing the highest. So yet, I feel like what you're going to see out of D-Blood tonight is he's going to end up being prepared. I mean, he's going to take out all that aggression from last night. He's going to put it into it tonight. I think, after last night, I feel like both Cushion and D-Blood, I mean, Cushion, pretty much practiced this race, and I feel like he's going to be the one that you're going to end up seeing. But you got to think about this, though. D-Blood and the other guys, it's pretty much coming down to him, Hayes, Ski, and Cushion. This is the final four we're talking about here, guys. And I feel like D-Blood's chances might be slim because he's going to have to compete against some very strong competition we're seeing in the field tonight.
And that was an awesome assessment there, dude. And I agree with everything you just said. And it's really going to depend on how it plays out, especially there in stage 3. Whether, just like we've seen in Cup, whether you have any cautions or whether it's just going to be a straight green flag, run. It's really going to depend on how it plays out and which guy's going to set himself up for. You never know. That guy that we've seen time and time again that's running towards the back or maybe mid-pack. There at the end of the race, he's up front. He's battling for contention and looking for that win. So it's hard to say, but man, I'm excited for this race. I know it's going to be a good race, especially being the season finale. And I know these guys are going to push the pace.
A lot of history that 3 out of the 4 drivers are going to try to make tonight. For D-Blood, obviously he is our owner, but yet he'll get a chance to make history for himself. And Ski, they want to win the championship. But for Cushion Pushing and Y'all Ain't Ready Racing, for Cushion, he'll be the first driver to win 2 different championships in 2 different series. He won the ARCA championship about a couple of weeks ago at Atlanta, and he's trying to win the Truck Series championship tonight. For Y'all Ain't Ready Racing, he's trying to become a 2-time champion. And that's exactly what he's going to go for.
All right, and good news, ladies and gentlemen, and all our viewers. We're about to go green, so we're about to join in on this race, and it's about to play out right now. We're going to see what's going to happen.
Once we hit the loading screen. And by the way, I do want to thank Melton for being our in-race reporter. He was the in-race reporter for last night, and he is the in-race reporter for tonight.
All right, we are on the loading screen, ready to go.
All right, we're ready to join, guys. Go ahead and join. Do we got Del Gatra with us now?
Yeah.
I'm worried I might have joined too early here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Wait. So y'all are on the loading screen now?
I'm on the Fantech screen, but I think I just joined this race. I got in just a tad too early, looks like. I'm not sure, but we're about to see.
All right. Real quick,
if not,
who's
we'll
going to
get
win
it
the
fixed pretty
championship?
Wait, what?
Who's going to win the championship tonight?
Oh, yeah. Let me pull up the standings here so I can get an update. Kind of what's going on. I'm going to go with D-Blood. I think he's the guy that can definitely be able to maneuver around this racetrack and create some moves on the racetrack.
Me, I'm thinking outside of the boss. I'm gonna have to go with Y'all Ain't Ready Racing and Ski Mask. And Ski Mask, you know what? There's something that we have not talked about him, but yet he was also in that ARCA Championship race, and even he wants to be able to become a champion. Right now, he's currently up in the lead. I think TCW is with us right now, is he?
I am with y'all, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry, but we did join that race a tad too early, so that put me in the race. But we backed out, and now we're joining in, so we may be a lap or two late on this race, but we're about to join in now.
Y'all joined in right on time because the race has now started with Ski Mask taking the lead, and yet I do want to let our viewers know that it is not. You don't have to win this race to win the championship. As long as you finish the highest out of the championship 4, then you win the championship. Like exactly what we saw last night with Ron Racing. He didn't win the race, but he still won the championship.
Very good point there, dude. I mean, it's not winning this race. You just got to finish ahead of the final 4. That's it.
And yet, what a coincidence, we do have our final 4 up in the top 4 right now. It is currently Ski Mask who we thought wasn't going to be able to make this race, but yet everything he did, and we have someone up on the outside wall. That is Y'all Ain't Ready Racing. He is currently losing that spot with T-Blood. But back to what I was saying about Ski Mask, is that he is here. He wants to become a TBR champion. He is one of the veterans. I mean, pretty much all 4 are veterans, but he wants to be able to win this.
You can see the 40 truck starting to work that outside line. I definitely like that line early in the run, but you can start to see it fade. He needs to get down to the bottom here and try to start to maneuver. That's something you're going to see tonight is changing lanes. Who can work the top lane the best and the bottom lane the best.
And that's a good point. I noticed a lot of that last night on the cut race last night. At times, depending on where your tire wear was and what strategy you were on, sometimes I've seen guys running the high lane and getting runs in the low lane. And that's going to play out throughout this entire race, so we're just going to have to see how it shakes out here.
Another thing I do want to point out is that, yes, Cushion Pushing was up in the booth, and then you got to realize how much he had to study for him to be, in case there was a situation like we saw last night, that he knows how much he has to be able to say. I mean, this race can come down to the wire like we saw last night, but hopefully that is the case. I mean, we got a very great group of drivers, and Melton is part of that group right now. And I do want to just ask him, Melton, what do you see out there, buddy?
Seems pretty calm right now. We got 10 minutes left to get going to the stage. Got 22 laps left in this stage. Should be seeing pit stops in about 14 laps.
Now on the stream, we're right along with D-Blood 87. He's running in second place behind the 22, and he's right on that back bumper, boys.
Right now, Ski Master. Go ahead, Dodo.
I was just going to say, I definitely see D-Blood being that type that being able to run the bottom the best. He definitely seems like that guy that can get that done. He's always good on the short tracks too, so he's going to be tough to beat tonight, I think.
We do have the 45 on the inside of D-Blood now, but he's going to tuck back in behind him.
I mean, I do think that for sure. I mean, after a tremendous performance he had last night here, but at the same time, though, Ski Mask knows exactly what Deep Blood are doing. These two are best friends outside of the league.
45 is gonna make a look on the inside. I'm sorry, dude.
Y'all good. But yet he knows exactly what Deep Blood's capable of doing in this sort of situation.
All right, we're too wide. 45 and D-Blood here. Coming out of turn 4.
And that's exactly what Ski Mask needs right now to start this race. I mean, let these two battles away, to focus on leads and laps. Well, and yet, I can't even stress enough to our viewers is that the stages don't really matter until the end of stage 2. That's when things start to get very interesting.
That was a good point there, dude, and that's absolutely correct. Stage 1 and stage 2 is just going to set you up for stage 3, and that's really where it's going to matter. So you need to put yourself in a good position going into stage 3.
It's kind of like.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, is it kind of like practice races pretty much? You're gonna get a feel for your car or your truck, and you're gonna kind of see what, like the Ski Mask. If you're Deep Blood, you're gonna try to see what he's doing better than you, and you're gonna try to fix it and just try to see how you can drive the track better and be prepared for stage 3.
That's a very good point. I mean, it all depends on the situations. But if I was Ski Mask, if Ski Mask watched the Cup Series race last night, then yeah, he should know that if Deep Blood's out in front, there ain't nobody stopping him. So yeah, for Ski Mask, he has to be able to take the lead. Or for cushion pushing, he saw what Deep Blood did last night. Trying to keep battling with him, he knows his weakness. And yet, I think that's what Cushion Push is doing very, very early on in this race. Keep battling with him, make sure that he doesn't do anything, don't try to pull away like he did last night.
I'd like to get a hold of Melton, our in-race reporter. Melton, in stage 1 and stage 2, I'm pretty sure there won't be any green flag stops, correct?
We should have to have a green flag stop here in this stage.
Oh, okay. So you will have okay.
We're at 15 laps to go in stage 1.
So is there possibly a 2 pit stop in stage 3? Or is it still a 1? Because usually stage 3 is a little longer.
It's gotta be 2.
Okay.
We'll get to that. We'll get to, once when stage 3 hits, we'll get to that. But yet, in the meantime, I do want to ask you both, Joe Gotcha, I'm going to start off with you. When do you think is the great time for him to come down the pit road? Because last night we saw Ron racing, in a very, very weird situation. He always ended up being the first one to pit road, but it was always D-Blood who ended up being up front. So yet, what do you think is the best strategy for these drivers?
Normally whenever, what I would try to do is you don't have any speed really. If you pit early, you can definitely make up a lot of time. Like I said, when you run that top of the racetrack, you make a lot of time early in a run. You just don't want to pit too early to where you have a disadvantage on tires for later in the stage, but I think you try to run it all the way empty. Yeah,
I agree. TC, what about you, brother?
Personally, what I would try to do here is if I was going to take any tires at all, as soon as I seen my right sides are getting close to about 50%, I'd go ahead and pit, take right sides and take fuel. But if I'm just going to take fuel, I'm probably going to ride it out until I get down to about maybe 35% on the right sides. Because the one thing you got to be worried about is coming out of pits with old tires, because you will spin and you will go on that wall really quick.
Yeah, very true. I do see someone currently down the pit road. I don't know if he had a DNF or is he.
We got 3 trucks on the pit road here, dude.
Racer, Fly Maverick, and Soka.
So we got some early pit stops here, guys. I would guess these guys are probably going to take 2
Ski Mask come down. Ski Mask come down. Looks like the 45 and the 4 is staying out.
Yeah, I think these guys took 2 tires. I think they took gas and 2 tires, if I had to guess. I mean, that's what I would do if you're going to pit early.
Yeah, I do want. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, dude. You're good.
I was going to say, there was one thing I definitely learned from the race last night is that, and by the way, D-Blood is coming down the pit road this time, is that if you're the leader, you have the advantage to be able to go 1 to 2 laps down on your fellow drivers. So if you're coming down the pit road, you're going to have to be careful with what you're doing, because it will end up costing you for sure, and you'll end up having to fight for the lucky dog.
It will, because that getting into to the pit stops, it's a very narrow opening, and you really don't have a lot of room to work with as far as width. So you got to trust the guys behind you that are pitting. They're going to slow down as long, with you, because if not, you will get a speeding penalty.
Yeah, pit road is somewhat tricky here.
It is. It's not easy to get. It's not bad getting onto it by yourself. It's just when, like you said, you get a crowd of, in this case, a crowd of trucks around you, and you got 3 or 4 trucks pitting at the same time. That's where you got to really keep an eye on it. All right, 22 goes by the 4. I think the 22 is still our leader, Melton. I don't know if you can tell or not.
He is not. 38 is.
38. I believe that is Grant Racer.
Grant Racer 88.
He's still not coming down the pit road, so he is right behind Melton. But at the same time, though, there's someone right behind him, and I believe that is cushion pushing.
It is. So I imagine Grant Racer, when he does pit, he's just going to take fuel only. But I don't know. I'm just kind of worried sometimes you put yourself at a disadvantage with those guys that took those right sides.
Did Cushion take the lead there, Melton?
38 still showing leader.
So he's pretty much got his lap back. So.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll get
and
to...
he's starting to shake a little bit. Never mind. I thought he's thinking about pitting and slowing down. Go ahead, dude.
I was going to say, well, once when we get a chance to figure out the situation, I'm pretty sure Mel will help us out. Meanwhile, there is a side-by-side battle between the 4 and 22
and the 22. I'm watching it right now.
I was going to say, this is getting
We got a good battle here.
I mean, two best of friends fighting for a championship. I mean,
Ford's on the inside.
And that 22...
He doesn't clear him, though. The 22 still got to run on the outside. He doesn't clear him.
Side draft. He's got that side draft. He's working on the outside of the lane very, very well. And that's what's
really
so
is.
good about Ski Mask. Is that
We're at 5 to go. 5 laps to go.
All right, 5 laps to go here, stage 1, ladies and gentlemen.
All
38
right,
is on pit road.
38 on pit road, alrighty, and just let us know if the leads change.
Okay.
Might come down to the 22 and the 4.
If I had to guess, yeah, I think, dude, we're about to go back to the 22 and the 4. I think the 38 was all we were kind of waiting on the pit there. And they're side by side. Do you see this, dude? This is some awesome action. I knew this is what we was going to see. This is pretty good.
I am so impressed with how Ski Mask is doing. Working on the outside lane. He is handling it.
He's got
so
some
very
speed
well.
up there. Obviously the shorter way around the track is, you would think, the fastest, but the only thing I would be a little concerned about is maybe tire wear running on that high side, but...
Yeah. Real quick, Melton, is there any lead changes yet? I mean, did Grant Racer...
They're Ski and Debo swapping the lead back and forth.
Yep, so we're following our leaders right now.
Yeah, Double Doctor, real quick...
They are side by side, oh my God.
They are side by side. Double Doctor, what is your thought on this, man?
I'm just enjoying it. This is why I love Iowa.
Yeah, I'm not even...
the top and the bottom. It's so crazy. I love it.
It's beautiful.
We don't even have to say much here, dude. We can honestly just let the racing take, talk for itself. I mean, this is some good racing here. And we got, that's the first contact I've seen in 5 laps. They've ran side by side for 5 laps.
And D-Blood is still in the lead. I'm going to get off to the, over the top cam, the sky cam is what I like to call it. Oh, and Ski Mask almost might hit the outside wall.
He got
This is the last lap.
Last lap.
We're riding with D-Blood. Here comes Ski Mask. He's going to take a run on the inside. He goes in.
Outside.
He's got to run. He's still, they're side by side. Contact made. And 4's in the wall, but D-Blood, I believe, is going to take that one. Stage 1 winner. D-Blood 87.
Alright, this is going to make me sound like a major redneck like I already am, but I need some dew right now. Oh my lord.
You already need some dew? We just finished with stage 1, my man. We got plenty of racing to go.
Hey, whenever you drink out of a special cup made from D-Blood, especially when you have your gamer tag and your driver number, what do you expect to do, man? I mean, which, by the way, if you guys are a driver and you're in the league, be sure to message D-Blood if you guys want some special cups made. He does a lot of stuff for the league, so make sure you guys check him out. It's incredible. I mean, the artwork he does for your numbers and your gamer tag is just amazing.
Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff on Facebook. He does a really good job with all the, especially with those thermoses and stuff, the epoxy he puts on them. That shine, it looks really good. He does a good job with them, so yeah.
boys, that stage though, that battle between Steve and D-Blood,
That was a good 5 lap. I mean, they, like I said, they ran side by side, did not touch each other for 5 laps. It wasn't until it got towards the end they had to figure out who was gonna get ahead, I guess. But
and yet they're gonna start side by side.
here we go, side by side again. Here we go in stage 2, green flag.
And not yet. Now we get to the green flag there. D-Blood's got enough to lead yet. Oh man, these restarts are always going to end up being shady here. We'll see.
Four's got a good restart. 4 got a great. 22's coming back. 4 got a good push from the 45.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. I mean, D-Blood is right there, but yet Ski Mask going to work on that outside lane like he's been working with pushing.
Oh, he's gonna hit the wall.
Oh, and he comes out.
He does it. Oh, God, Jesus. No. Ski Mask is in the wall.
But hey, hold on. Hey, I do want to tell you guys this right now. Is that do not count Ski Mask out.
Do not. This happened last week.
This happened at the ARCA Championship race. He ended up struggling. He ended up getting involved to a wreck. He managed to go from 8th to the top 4 and managed to fight for the lead against Cushing. And even though he didn't win it goes to show how strong Ski Mask is. So do not count him out.
Don't count him out. We're following the 22 right now. He does have a good bit of front end damage. But yeah, I wouldn't count him out. This is only stage 2, and he's proven in some of the previous truck races that he can definitely come back from something like this. And he's actually passing a lot of trucks as I'm watching him. So yeah, I think he'll be fine.
And yet there's one driver that's going to end up having to fight with D-Blood, and that is Cushing. We did not see much from him at stage 1, but yet he needs to be able to prove that here in stage number 2. He's got to set up in, and he's going to have to manage to try to work on that draft right there. Little to none, but either way though. And he has a big loose right there. And he could end up losing a spot to our interesting quarter Melton.
I'm surprised he's not really working the top. I mean, I think now at this point in the run, it's kind of killed. But you know, if you have the top lane, I think he should use it to his weapons to try to at least pass D-Blood real quick. I think the tires are starting to wear out now.
I mean, the thing is though, is that it's the start of the stage. I mean, he shouldn't be losing much tire wear. He just needs to focus on trying to find a rhythm. I mean, this is one of those tracks where you can actually have a rhythm and just keep going for it.
Yeah. That's a cool thing about this racetrack too, is if you're not really working good on the bottom, you're trying different things. I think think about some of the short tracks, you're constantly having to try to change up the lanes to be faster.
I just want to say the 22 is now passing Y'all Ain't Ready. He's on the inside. Yep. So apparently that damage isn't hurting him that bad. He's on the inside of him and he's putting a move.
Got a fast truck.
The 22 still has a lot of speed considering he has a damaged truck. So got to give him credit where credit's due. I know Y'all Ain't Ready's probably looking at, wow, how did he do that? So he's probably looking at making some adjustments here in this next stage.
I mean, if you think about it, the way he is as a person, especially behind the truck, he's an amazing guy, and yet it goes to show how much of a heart he has, and he wants to go to become a champion. If you guys have checked out the ARCA Series Championship race, you guys would know exactly the type of person Ski Mask is. He's willing to give everything he has for him to be able to become a champion. Man, literally spent $150 for him to get off work for him to be here. That goes to show how much he wants to become a champion, how much he wants to be able to be up there with people in Cushing right now.
Yeah, it says a lot about him. He worked all season long to get to this point and made it for the Final Four. I hate he had to pay $150 out to get here, but glad he was able to make it. That's for sure. And I will say, I'm glad to see some sponsors on that truck this evening, fellas.
Exactly. I'm very, very glad to see some sponsors out there. He always ends up running test sessions game. It goes to show it's a big night for him, and yet how much he wants to. It shows a lot of dedication he has. I mean, he's a season 1 vet. He's the OG, well, I can call him, of the league, along with Y'all Ain't Ready and of course D-Blood. So I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. Ski Mask is willing to give everything he has for him to be able to become a champion. And I say it won't be long, he'll end up catching old Melton.
Now I will tell you this, Dew and Gotcho, I'm watching the 4 here, and the only person that's really keeping up with him is the 45 of Cushion Pushing.
Yeah, one thing about this track is when you're right behind somebody, you can kind of see what they're doing and mimic it, or see what you can do better. Yeah, he's trying to hang on though, trying everything he can to try to run that bottom as best as possible.
He's definitely showing some speed, but D-Blood is still your leader, you know, taking the fact he won stage 1, but, you know, we also need to remember that these stages really ain't going to matter that much, but D-Blood did win stage 1. He's on course to win here stage 2. Can he keep it up for stage 3 is the biggest thing. I'm sure he'd love to see that, because he was in the championship 4 for every race so far, but has yet to get that championship crown, as far as I know.
Well, I mean, you also got to think about this though. He did his homework after the race that he had last night here. So yet it goes to show that it was like me talked about earlier on, TC, is that he took all of that aggressiveness that he brought from last night. He's bringing it to tonight. He's going to end up dominating the race. But yet the question is there going to be deja vu? Is there going to be a chance where we'll end up seeing more cautions eventually? I mean, he does not need that to happen.
You know, that's a good point. This is a lot of what happened last night.
Yeah.
It's almost, I mean, you watched the race first. I mean, you've seen that firsthand too. I was racing in it, so it's a little different for me now, but now that you say that, this is pretty much playing out how the Cup race did for him.
And I'm not trying to jinx him or anything, but
yet, I get you, but I see what you're saying. Like, that's a good, valid point.
That, I mean,
stage 3, you know, especially when you get them all re-racked.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure you've talked to him about this. Is that he's going to have to work on trying to be able to save plenty of fuel come stage 3. I mean, did y'all talk after the race last night?
On pre-race tonight, everybody was under the impression that this would not come down to fuel.
I don't think it will either. I didn't think so. Unless you know something I don't know, dude.
I mean, I don't really know for sure, but I mean,
when I'm told, everybody's got to at least pit once in stage 3.
I will tell you that we should be coming up on pit stops here in this stage.
Okay.
Eventually coming down to the green flag stops, yeah.
I do believe we have one trying to save as we speak.
Really? Who?
That's going to be a Racer.
Ooh.
I mean, Racer just got out of the pit road, though. He just got out of the pit. D-Blood's currently in pit road right now.
Oh, okay.
D-Blood,
okay.
Yep, your leader's pitting.
Yeah,
so if he's pitting, Ski Mask goes with him, so you know something's up. If I was the rest of those guys, I would go pit.
Y'all Ready Racing's also in pit road, too.
Okay.
So yeah. The question I have, and yet, we'll definitely get to Del Gotcher's point of view, is that is Cushion Pushing going to stay out for him to lap his chips for drivers? No, he's not. He's coming down the pit road this time. Del Gotcher, what are you seeing out there, buddy?
I mean, right now we're seeing the cycle of pit stops. These guys are going to try to take 2 tires, and sure, somebody wrecking. I think I heard something.
I heard a crash, but it's probably in pit road.
It was. The 40 killed the 4, but it'll be fine.
I heard some crashing now. I was like, wait, what's going on?
That's why I was like, oh,
we have about 8 laps to go in this stage. 8 laps.
And the 4 comes out, the 22 comes out, and yet are we going to see that same scenario where both drivers end up going side by side? I mean, I don't really see that being the case, considering the fact that D-Blood is far ahead from the 22.
Wow, he's got a huge lead. I would say he didn't take any tires.
No. I mean, Ski Mask is now to the backstretch, and D-Blood is in 3 and 4.
He's got an incredible lead over the 22. I'm guessing the 22 must have took 2 tires, or the 40 clip.
I mean, the thing is, my best prediction is that D-Blood must have took 2 tires while Ski Mask took 4. That's my best prediction on that one, because if Ski took 2, then he wouldn't be that far behind from D-Blood. But instead it is Cushion Pushing, the same thing that we saw before pit road, before everyone came down pit road. But the thing is that ain't nobody stopping D-Blood at the moment. I mean, yes, D-Blood. Go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't tested the trucks, and I'm not sure how far they can make it on tires. So I wasn't sure if maybe D-Blood took none, and maybe Ski took 2. But like you said, it could have been the complete opposite. D-Blood took 2 and Ski took 4.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I was gonna say, I think here on the trucks, tires. I feel like tires are not really too much of a problem. Especially, I don't know what tire wear they're running though.
I was actually going to say that apparently last night tonight the tires are rubbing off a lot quicker than last night.
I figured they would. I figured they would.
Wow, that's
Probably
a
it's
big...
because it's tighter. You're turning the wheel a lot more.
No, we appreciate that. That'll help us there, because
I mean,
obviously we were kind of curious about that.
I mean, so it goes to show that you're gonna have to be careful with these turns, and yet, every move you make, it's always gonna end up making your tire wear so easily, like Mel just talked about. So if I was D-Blood, if I was any of our Championship 4 drivers, I would be careful because you've got to have your tires to be able to survive through the stage to get yourself prepared for stage 3.
Guys, right now 21 truck is leading this race.
21 truck, and that is Soka. That is SS Soka.
You can see he's right on the top, and he's coasting.
He should be taking the white flag right now.
I will say I've been trying to find some battles out here, fellas, but everybody's pretty much spread out.
And,
you can
I'm
really
watching
see
the
he's
21
saving.
now. Yeah, he's
got Atomic Waste right behind him, but I don't know if Atomic Waste is battling with, or and then they got Racer. I don't know if these are our top 3. I'm pretty sure Melton will give us our top 5 and let us know where everyone is right now.
I think 21, if he's the leader, he's going to hold on to this one.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
Yep,
He has one stage.
Alright, well,
Alright, that's stage 2 for you.
Yep, I was gonna say we'll get to our top 5 here in a few once we know this for us.
Top 5 is Soka, D-Blood, Cushion, Ski, and myself.
Where's y'all get ready?
6th place.
That's where I was going into stage 3. I hope it turns out better for him than it did for me.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, but yet get yourself prepared because this is what we've all been waiting for. Now we get a chance to crown our champion. The third and final stage. The stages are done with. Now who's got the best setup? Who's got the best strategy? We're about to find out right now, and I think we're seeing a lot from our Championship 4. We've seen how good people is doing. We've seen what type of fight Cushion is doing, and we also see what both Y'all Ain't Ready and Ski Mask can be able to do. Ski Mask, after an incident earlier, back up there with the top 5, and Heath, do not count Heath out. He can still be able to pull off a home run and be able to take a second straight championship from these drivers.
I'll say this, if you want to see some good, fun racing, you're about to see it right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is stage 3. This is the last stage of this season, and these final 4, they're going to, green flag is out, and they're going to go for it. They're going to get everything they got.
That's 21 car could be a spoiler.
I'm going to say, the 21 car can be a spoiler, but he's going to end up going to the back. Oh, no, he's still right up there, but we're like a lot of race right there. Oh, man. And if Grant Racing's going up to the outside wall, Racer goes up to the outside wall, but yet...
D-Blood's going to be your leader.
D-Blood's going to be your leader. Oh, Melton hits the outside wall, but yet... Look at the 21.
21 on the outside. He's got to run.
Fighting.
He has got to run.
Look who's behind that 45, guys. Someone that we've been talking about throughout this whole time, and here he is, Speed Mask up in the top 4.
Alright, so looks like we got the 4, the 21, the 45, and the 22 is your top 4 right now.
And that 40 is right there. He's watching all this. So he's just hoping the 21 can be able to keep people busy. He can hope that keep everyone busy, and he will be able to get up there.
When they might run the top is it's about auto control, really. You got to really run it right. Like right now, he's running way too high. He's probably going to get a huge run still.
He does get he's in the wall a little bit.
He's in the wall, but yeah, here comes Ski Mask.
Ski Mask is going to get a run on this inside. He's going to follow the 4, and he's got help from behind.
And he's got help from the 45, pushing right there in the top. Oh boy.
21's in the wall again a little bit.
And that Ski Mask, you can just sense that he's just waiting for D-Blood to be able to open up the window of opportunity for him to be able to go side by side.
I will say the 21 gets one hell of a run on that outside coming off the straightaways. I mean,
he does, but at the same time though, is that he's getting very close to the outside wall.
22 almost gave him the bump. I think he saw what's happening at the 21 and wanted to go up there, but held him up.
You can see he slows a lot in the turns, but as soon as he comes off that turn, off of turn 2 and turn 4 on the straightaway, he gains a lot of speed.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, what he needs to try to do is try to carry a little bit more speed. He's losing time now. I think the top lane's starting to wear out, but he just needs to carry a little bit more speed.
Oh, he's in the wall.
He got close.
Back in the wall again. I mean, this is getting really
Now
intense.
the 4's still in sight. The 21-22 run side by side. I mean, they just got to figure this out. They got to figure it out quick. He's in the wall. The 22 is going to get by, and the 45 goes on the inside, and the 24 Melton's going to follow him.
I feel like the 22 was just waiting for that 21 to say, get the heck out of my way, please, get the heck out of my way. So he go to battle on with our leader right now, and yet he has that shot. He has the fast truck. He knows what he can do here.
Yeah, the 22's definitely showed some speed. He even showed speed after a damaged truck, which now we can tell he's got it fixed up. And he's ready to go here in stage 3, and he's staying right there with that number 4 truck of D-Blood.
And you can just sense that whatever move D-Blood makes, he's going to end up trying to follow his line, and yet that's exactly what he's doing.
One thing I can notice from the 22, I don't know if I'm totally correct here, but I think he might have had his truck a little bit looser. One thing, if you're able to really chase down a guy so quick and be that fast, is if you loosen your truck up. But the only disadvantage is if you loosen them too much, in the long run, you'll really slide around.
That is a very good point right there, Doug. Sure, that is a very, very good point.
It is, but I'm also wondering if maybe D-Blood didn't loosen his up a little bit as well.
I don't really know for sure, but yet, as far as my end, I am keeping an eye on Ski Mask. You can definitely tell just on the hood cam of how loose he's got his truck, and yet I don't know how it is compared to D-Blood, but D-Blood,
he's staying right there with D-Blood, but D-Blood's still keeping some speed, so that's why I'm kind of curious if maybe D-Blood didn't loosen his up a little bit, anticipating like what happened last night. A late caution, you want to have that quick speed like our Cup champion had last night. He had that short run speed, and Ron Racing had played out for him great because he had that short run speed, that caution come out. It put him in a great position. I'm wondering if these guys aren't thinking this might possibly happen again here tonight.
I mean, I'm watching Ski Mask right now, and yet he's getting closer second by second. He's doing really good right now in turn 1 and 2, but in 3 and 4, it's all D-Blood. So yet, if that's the case, then yet I wouldn't be concerned about fuel at this point, TC. But like I said earlier, tire wear. That's the biggest thing I would worry about, especially if you're up there, up in the top 3.
Ski Mask he's gaining on him. I see what you're saying. He is definitely making some moves there. But then in 3 and 4 there,
it's all D-Blood down. Say 1 and 2, he has the speed. He manages to be able to catch up there. But in 3 and 4, that's D-Blood's best friend. That's where he ends up gaining them the most. But yet D-Blood gained for Ski Mask.
Ski Mask, here we go. Yeah, see this? That's his turn right there.
That is his turn.
He finally got 3 and 4 figured out there because he actually didn't lose too much ground. I wouldn't say he gained any. This is where he's usually gaining.
Yeah.
And he does. He gained a little bit. He's getting right on D-Blood's bumper, dude.
He's almost up there.
He's getting close. Delgatro, what are you seeing here? What do you think about this race so far?
I feel like the 22 at first was kind of trying really hard to get up there, obviously. He's got a fast truck. I think these past couple laps, though, he's kind of settled in and got in a rhythm. And he's kind of putting together some good lap times and running this bottom really well that we can catch him little by little here. You see D-Blood's trying to make a little bit of mistakes here and there.
He is. I wonder if D-Blood's starting to get a little loose. Maybe he's outran them tires a little longer than he wanted to.
My biggest thing.
He's going to the top.
Oh, he's going to go to the top lane. He is. He's going to see how that's going to run. See, that's one thing about Ski Mask I do like about him. He will try every line and try everything to see what's going to work. And that's how you figure things out, and that's how you sometimes put yourself up there in victory lane when you never even thought you could.
Something I talked about earlier, y'all. You got to have a rhythm. You got to have a rhythm in Ski Mask. I mean, it all depends on his line. The bottom line, he found his rhythm, but yet how can he manage to be able to hold to the top line? Because you see him going back down to that bottom line.
If I was Ski Mask right now, I'd hold that bottom. I really feel like he's been really good down there. I wouldn't mess with that top line, but maybe he's just trying to test it and just see. You never know.
Yeah, the bottom line's definitely preferred lane this run, but one thing about Iowa is when you run the bottom, both guys run the bottom, it's kind of hard to fully close that gap. That's where you're going to start seeing guys try to move around, jump to the top, jump to the middle, but try something at least. That's why I would like to loosen my truck up for longer in the run. You can try to move around.
That's a good point, though, Gottschalk. You loosen your truck up, you can run that higher line.
Yeah.
And you can run some of those lines some of the other guys can't later on in the race. But right now we still got the Ford truck, D-Blood in the lead with the 22 Ski Mask following right behind him. Melton, who's in third? Is that
That's Cushion.
Cushion pushing?
Yeah. Cushion pushing right behind him. Yeah.
They're always fitting though.
Oh, Ski's going in. 45's going in with him.
I hope.
I don't know. Ski did Ski get in there?
I don't really think so, but when I went to see, it looked like he might have just sped. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong.
Well, we're gonna have to go to Ski, and we'll be able to find out pretty quick how long he sits here. If it is a 30-second penalty, that's the end of his race.
D-Blood comes in. D-Blood comes in.
Okay. So Ski's going to get the lap on D-Blood. Well, pitting a lap earlier. That's only if. It's only going to benefit him if he didn't get a speeding penalty here.
I hope Ski didn't really hesitate and said, okay.
He did not. He did not. 22's coming out. He's coming out.
Awesome. All right.
I think he took 2 tires though. It was a 10-second stop. I was trying to count it. It was a 10-second stop. It was kind of weird.
And D-Blood just now got into a stall. D-Blood just now got into a stall.
So I guarantee the 22 and the 4 are going to be probably about side by side when the 4
y'all
comes
ready
out.
Y'all ain't ready to race and just now came to pit road. And I think he must have led a couple of laps. So he probably put these guys a lap down. My biggest guess right there.
Well, I can't imagine Ski already pitting now if he didn't think he could make it to the end. So he must feel like he could make it to the end. I hope he took 4 tires.
Yeah, but if you look here, 22 has a huge lead over the 4. He had a 10-second stop. I don't know what he could have done differently to make it that quick.
It had to be a 2-star stop.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know. I mean,
that's gonna be bad for him if he only took 2.
Yeah,
I think so.
D-Blood's gonna really gain on him. Tires will even out, but I just feel like he'll continue to keep gaining on throughout the entire run though, because 2 tires, it's going to change the way your car handles too.
Well, we have 16 or 17 laps left. There's no way anybody can make it with 2 tires now.
No way.
Wow. I think
the 22's in the wall.
So I think what the 22 did was he knew he couldn't really pass D-Blood. He was having a hard time passing him because you just can't really close the gap. And
so you think he took 2 just to get out in front of him to get that track position?
I think so.
And maybe a caution comes out.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that though, just because it's too risky. And
it seems way too risky.
You're taking yourself out of the race.
You kind of are. And I've done that myself last night, which I've been kicking myself out in the ass a few times, but
I don't know. But I do want to ask you guys this: that for someone who's called 2 out of our 3 championship races, there has been a late caution in both races. Do you think we'll end up seeing that tonight?
I think so. I think somebody's gonna push the issue. Somebody's like right there that has a chance, and they're gonna probably race hard or something. Something's gonna happen. I would guess, but
I think if we do, it'd be the 22, the 4, the 40 here. Those guys will, or the 45 I mean, those guys will race really hard for this championship.
The only thing different about this race versus last night's race, I mean, we got the 52 and somebody side by side. They just cleared it. Everybody's pretty spread out here.
Yeah,
that's what I'm seeing. I mean, everybody's really spaced out. So honestly, if I had to bet on it, I don't think we're gonna get caution.
I think the 45, the only hope he has is it's 22 holds up the 4, races him hard, and lets him get a shot at it.
And the 4 is catching the 22 quick.
He is catching the 22.
I mean, you can tell who took 4 and who took 2.
Same situation that we saw the last time between these two, and this time it looks to be D-Blood making this
D-Blood
strategy.
He sure is. D-Blood's making up some time on that 22.
He is like a shark hunting the person right now because he is slowly gaining on a ski mask.
All right, we're going to ride on the rear view cam of Ski Mask here, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see D-Blood in the background, see how quick he catches up to him or if something were to happen. But it looks like right now he's staying within about, if I had to guess, maybe 10 to 12 car lengths. But he looks like he's gaining some time.
I think the only hope the 22 has is if these tires kind of even out, and it kind of gives him a shot to at least hold them off. But even then, I don't know. 2 tires versus 4.
You know, maybe if Ski took a tighter setup and running 2 tires, that might put him right where he needs to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on what he ran with to begin with. That's really the key.
I can't see his truck running the same way as it would with 4 tires on 2 tires. I think he had to make some adjustments there to try to like help it out.
Oh, D-Blood is gaining on him.
He is right there.
Melton, what's the lap count, sir?
Stand by.
22's got to try to hold the bottom here.
He's going to have to hug it. He cannot let that 20. He cannot let the Ford D-Blood
8 laps
get below.
to go.
8 laps to go. Oh, that's a lot of laps.
That's a lot of laps.
For the 22. He's going to have to He's going to have to block him. That's all he can do. He's going to have to run that low lane and block him. I mean, I know D-Blood's not going to like it, but I'm sure D-Blood will probably send it here shortly.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he does. Yep.
There he goes.
It's going to happen. All right, here we go.
22 went. Oh!
Contact! Between the 22 and the 4.
Oh, he's going to cross him over, though.
He's going to give...
Okay.
Oh, I know. Oh,
22
He's
going
on
to
top
a
of
little
the
bit.
wall.
I think those 2 tires are really
Yeah.
getting the best.
He's fighting hard here, though.
He's fighting hard.
He still has a shot to be able to make some sort of drastic move.
He does. We're watching D-Blood on the rear view camera now so we can see exactly what Ski Mask is going to try to do.
Yeah, so
What's
one
his
thing when
name?
you're behind the leader here is you can try to figure out what I can do better now. Obviously with 2 tires you can't really do too much because you're lacking, but he's trying and he's not giving
really
up.
Trying. He's not giving up. And who's to say here in the next few laps? Oh, here he comes.
There he is.
D-Blood made a mistake. He's giving up the bottom.
D-Blood's watching this, but you can tell that he is like
He's rear view mirror driving right now.
He is straight up. But
Obviously, that's what's going to hurt you too if you're mirror driving. That's what makes you get you off your lanes.
Yeah, I've done that plenty of times.
How many laps are left, Melton?
4 laps to go.
4 to go?
No, 4
Oh.
to go.
Ooh, here he comes. He's coming again. He has, what is that? Is that turning 1 and 2?
3 and 4.
3 and 4. Ski has an advantage right there.
If you
3
saw
and 4,
when
Ski.
he ran,
Ski has an advantage on 3. Oh, he's coming back. He's going to go on the inside. The 22 on the inside. The 4. That Chevrolet 22 is on the inside. Side by side coming down. Going into 3 and 4.
40's going to cross him over.
What's he going to do? He gets in the bumper again a little bit, but looks like the 4 gets a little loose. Holy shit.
There's going to be
I'm
retaliation
sorry,
from the
I
Ford, though.
apologize for the language, ladies and gentlemen, but this is getting pretty interesting.
Here comes the Ford truck.
Oh,
Here comes
okay,
the
here we
Ford
go.
truck.
All right, 4 on
He's
the
going to
outside. Outside.
Oh,
Ford truck
22
needs
is
to
going to
pin the
hold that
22.
bottom lane. He's got to. The 22
Oh, he
has
got
to
you.
hold that bottom lane, and he has
Yeah.
to. Oh, here he goes. He's going to get the run.
Ford truck.
2 to
Oh,
go,
38,
2
get out
to
of the way.
go.
38.
2 to go. 2 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen.
White
The 22 and the 4.
White flag.
Now, who is that in 3rd? Is that Cushion pushing in 45? Okay,
What's the fourth car gonna do?
don't forget
Lock the
him,
bottom.
because if something
Lock the
happens
bottom.
here,
Oh, he's getting the bumper. Oh, he brake checked him.
here comes Cushion pushing. I told you. Watch the 45. He's going to make a move.
Oh.
1 lap to go, ladies and gentlemen. White flag is out. Oh, the 4 got into the 45.
He won.
Oh, that was the checker flag.
Ski has taken it.
Was that a checker flag or a caution come out?
How's the
Checker
checker?
flag.
Checker flag, ladies and gentlemen. Ski Mask, Lazy, number 22 Chevy Silverado. Just
Honestly,
won the truck championship here in Thunder Valley Racing League. What a race. What a race.
I don't know how D-Blood's going to feel about that. He got bumped out of the way. I mean, obviously D-Blood retaliated back, but just didn't try it enough.
Yeah, I saw some contact between the 4 and the 45.
Yeah. Wow, that's going to be... Wow, I don't know how they're going to feel. At least D-Blood, at least.
Ski, oh my god.
What a
Ski
battle.
Mask Lazy, number 22 Chevy Silverado. Congratulations. I mean, he put in the work all season long. He's a good driver, and
that was
great
crazy
dude.
though. How he
And
put
wow,
it.
how he got that, how he finished that off at the end. When he
'Cause
went
he was
from, remember he
losing.
had damage. He was wrecking. I mean, had to be a lap down at one point.
He had like a 3-second lead, lost it all, and then I thought it was over. And then he somehow, some way, found an extra gear to get back around him. That's crazy.
What a race! But congratulations to Ski Mask. I mean,
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Well, I guess it's that time where. Dude, can you get the drivers in here? You need me to. You might have more of them.
I say I can get Cushion. I can get I think I can get
who else
Hayes
we
in
need?
here. Wow, what a race!
But we need to get the final 4 guys in here for sure. Who it was?
I got you.
Hold on, I know I got. I think 2 of them I'm missing.
I got
Okay.
you. I got you.
Appreciate it.
Who's flickering around the light right now?
That's me.
Okay.
Either that or they were packing the dip cans. What it sounded like.
I say Cushion Pushing's already in here. Of course, we can't forget about the man himself.
Cushion ain't in here.
It says he's in there, isn't it? He's in the party. Well, so yeah.
Ski
Yes,
Mask
we
just
got-
joined, so we got the winner.
Yeah, Cushion's not in here. Doesn't say he's in it for me.
Really?
It says in
Let me
there.
look. Yeah, Cushion Pushing's in here.
Yeah, he just is now. Yeah.
All right, all 4 drivers are in here, TC. So
All right. Well,
go ahead.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure everybody that watched that race, and like I said, watched it tonight or is going to watch it in the future, that was one hell of a race and one hell of a show by our truck guys tonight. I'm sure it's not the way everybody would have intended it or wanted it to go down, because it's just how it goes when you got 4 drivers and only one can win that championship race. But I guess, actually, I'm going to do a reverse. Let's get started with our winner tonight. Our Ski Mask.
Go the other way. Go the other way, man.
You want to go the other
Go
way?
the way.
You don't want to go that way?
Yeah, go the
Dude, where are we going that way? I gotta get.
We're going to go. I think
Help me out,
we're
Nathan.
gonna go start with y'all ain't ready racing.
All right, y'all ain't ready.
Y'all ain't ready racing, buddy. What? You had a struggling race, man, but yet you fought tooth and nail just to be able to get up there. Take us through what was going through your mind with this whole race. I mean, you did everything you could. You try to be able to make the right strategies. I mean, just take us through your mind right now.
I mean, yeah, I thought I made the right strategies. That wasn't it. That's not my track. I feel like if it was any other track, I would have been competitive. I just don't have it there. And I'm still trying to figure out what it is that I'm doing wrong to have that little bit of oomph, I don't know. To be honest with you, I could run the same setup as somebody else and just not as fast. I'm good for about 10, 12 laps. I can hang with the leaders for about 10 laps, and then it just falls off. And I have a long run setup, so it's not like I'm trying to run like a 7-bar or something, 6, 7-bar, and too loose. It's a good long run setup. I don't know what it is, man. And I knew going into this week that one of these other guys was going to get it. I already knew this from prior races here that it's not one of my tracks.
Well, I'm pretty sure TC and Delgacho's got some questions. Y'all have anything for y'all ain't ready?
Yeah, I'll talk to y'all ain't ready for a second. Y'all ain't ready, man. You've had a great season. It's been a pleasure to call your races, and you put on a show just about every week, week in and week out. And appreciate you, doing what you do. And like I said, you had a fast truck. You've had a fast truck all season long. I hate it kind of played out the way it did, and this track just wasn't quite your track. And it's kind of the
Yeah.
same thing with me. Like this really ain't my track either. But that's how it goes sometimes. I mean, sometimes it comes down to it maybe necessarily ain't your track, but man, you had one hell of a season, and you should hold your head up high for sure. Because man, you had a lot of wins and a lot of top fives, and that's nothing to be ashamed about.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with how the season went, and I can't be too upset because last year D-Bug put my track as a championship track. So I'll forget about this one, go to next year, see what he dials up next year, and I'll be better next year. I promise.
I think we're all hoping it's Atlanta, but
Yeah,
we'll
me
see.
too, buddy.
Hey, awesome job, y'all ain't ready, man. Like I said,
it.
you did a good job all season long, and it was awesome
Hey,
calling your races, and man, good job, dude, and
hey,
nice finish.
real quick before we get to cushion pushing, hey man, you done a phenomenal job. Whether if it's calling the races on Sundays or doing what you do here in the Truck Series, man, you had a hell of a season and awesome stuff, buddy. Awesome stuff, buddy.
Appreciate that, man. Good job, guys.
Alrighty. Well, we'll go ahead and go up to cushion pushing, man. And yet, I know you did your homework after seeing the Cup Series championship race last night, and you fought tooth and nail as well. I mean, you had the battles with D Blood and C Mask, and I mean, obviously, there's no secret. You and C Mask had pretty much a great battle, especially from what we saw back at the ARCA championship race. But yet, take us through your mind on what you could have done to be able to be up there in the end with both D Blood and Ski Mask. I mean, it looked like on the final lap you had the chance, you had that shot. But just take us through your mind on that.
Yeah, I feel like that race, I wouldn't say played out all in my favor, but I mean, it worked out the way I wanted it to. I mean, we ran caution free, and I ran the truck the way it was supposed to be. I mean, I got tight at times on exit, and that killed me. That's how Ski and D-Bud would drive off from me. But with the way I ran, I'm proud of how I finished off the season.
It seemed like right there. I mean, did you just kind of hope that a window of opportunity for you and Ski and D Blood to go three wide to turn like right there at the end? Did you kind of hope that could have happened?
Yeah, I knew something was going to happen just them prior to the race talking. But, man, I was just trying to stay close enough where I could get in contention, and I had my nose under D-Blood, and I just got tight, come off forward. Hopefully I had a chance a second, but I wasn't able to get the Ski in time.
Yeah. All right, and we'll go ahead and have Delgacho and TC to ask you any questions. If y'all got anything for cushion pushing?
Yeah. So we saw the crazy battle between Ski and D Blood there. What was your plan once you got there? Obviously, you were kind of a little late just because of loss of track time. But what was your plan once you got there?
I mean, I figured out I was close enough going down the back straightaway, and then as we go into 3, I see D-Blood go low, and I'm just trying to figure out what lane to take so I don't get held up. And I ended up being able to squeeze in the bottom, but I'm just too tight on exit. But I mean, I feel like I kind of played that out the best I possibly could.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was definitely understandable for sure. TC, you got anything?
Yeah, I'll just say cushion pushing. Nice job tonight, and nice season all season long. And yeah, I was watching you there at the end. I saw you were in third, and when Ski and D-Blow run side by side, I said Cushion's just sitting there waiting. I wouldn't blame him. He's just waiting for them to make a mistake and maybe put it 3 wide, go on the inside, and take that lead because that's what I would have done. But man, hell of a season. You did a good job, and congratulations on making it to the Final Four. And hell of a season, man.
Thank you, guys.
And also, before we get to our next individual, I do want to point out is that Cushion Pushin made his mark on TBR, becoming the Arca Series champion, and of course, being up there in the Final Four. Cushion Pushin, you had a tremendous season, man, and congratulations for sure.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All
Yeah,
right,
good job, man. Congratulations,
All right.
for sure.
We now move on to D-Blood. D-Blood, you got a copy, bud?
Yeah, what's going on?
Man, you had a truck, man. You had an awesome truck tonight. And it all came down to the battle between you, Ski, and Cushion. Man, take us through your thought, through your mind whenever you was battling with Ski, because it seemed like the pit strategies was always in your favor, and in this time, we seen you go as fast as you did off the pit road, and you came straight up to Ski. Did you feel like that you had the chance to be able to pass him to be able to win this championship?
Well, I messed up. I pitted one lap later than I wanted to. And being on, if you pitted one lap earlier, you gained about 2 to 2.5 seconds on the guy who pitted after you. So by pitting one lap later, I gave Ski a 4-second lead instead of a 1.5 second lead. And I did get by him, though. Just, I don't know. Didn't finish it off.
D-Blood, on that last pit stop, did you take 4 or 2 tires?
Yeah, no, you had to take, in my opinion, you had to take 4.
Okay.
It was weird. I counted Ski Mask, and he came out with 10 seconds. I didn't know
Yeah,
he took...
Ski come out pretty quick. We honestly thought he took
You were
2.
He
catching
took
him.
2.
I had
He took 2.
Okay. That's weird. And how you're able to come back and somehow pass them. That's crazy.
Well, I had to hit him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you were still with them. You were giving yourself a shot.
Pretty much, it didn't matter if these two were best friends. I mean, they were going to use the bumper, and that's something I knew that we saw last night. I knew that's something that we saw going into tonight's race. I mean, both D-Blood and Ski.
I mean, he shouldn't have been that close. With 3 to go there, after I got by him, I started to pull away, and then I messed up on one of my corners. I missed my entry, and just that little bit let him close up to where then next corner he could send it. So I mean, it's on me.
Are you not? What's your thought on that bump and run? I mean, obviously that's part of racing. I don't know. Some people don't take it too kindly, but what's crossing the line there?
He'll kiss and make up. It's all right.
Oh my gosh.
That's a part of racing. I mean, you don't want to do that in stage 1 or stage 2, but in stage 3, everybody's trying to win.
For the championship,
I took it easy on him. I could have returned it with 2 to go or 1 to go, and I didn't. But
yeah,
I'm not saying next time it ain't gonna be so nice.
I mean, who knows? I mean, we'll probably might see that at the All-Star race. I mean, but TC, Delgacho, y'all got anything more for D-Blood?
Yeah, D-Blood. Obviously, you had an awesome truck all night, and you've had an awesome either truck or car throughout the entire 3 series. I know you were really wanting this one tonight. If I had to guess, man, what was your strategy going into stage 3? Was you thinking there were going to be cautions, or was you thinking it was going to be a green flag stop, or what was you thinking?
No, I mean you pretty much had to split the stage in half because it was 41 laps, and you only got 21 laps on a tank, so you couldn't pit early, you couldn't pit late. So I think after the green flag flew for stage 3, there was like 39 laps, so you were still right at that. You just had to run it and pit. And like I said, my goal was to pit at 19 to go, which was splitting it directly in half to kind of keep them from gaining that extra, like I said, 2 to 2.5 seconds.
Now you took 4 tires.
That one
right?
lap was worth. Yeah, I did. I took 4. And like I said, I can't, had I had pitted the right lap, I probably am a lot closer and can get away a little better. But it is what it is.
Now that I know a little bit more information, I'm really interested to talk to our winner here now.
Yeah,
I'm curious to know exactly what he did here, because
yeah.
All right,
Well,
let's move on to Ski Mask. Go ahead, dude. You go ahead and bring him in. That's fine.
Yeah, easily. The last time I talked to this man was at the ARCA Championship, and you could tell by the sound of his voice how passionate he was to be able to become a champion. And now, for as long as I know Ski, he is finally a champion. And Ski Mask, real quick, I want to be the first one to say congratulations out of all of us, man. What a hell of a season that you had, and what a run at the end. I mean, you managed to fight the struggles with the incidents. I mean, we saw what happened with you earlier on the race, and I told these guys, do not count Ski out. He will be right up there, and you still managed just to keep going. And I do want to take us through your mind is, did you take 2 tires at your final stop?
Yeah, man. First of all, appreciate it. I wanted one of these things bad, man. I've been trying
paid
to
$150 for it.
Yeah, so
$50 well spent.
no, look, plain and simple. I knew coming into this race that D-Blood's always had my number here, and he's a elite short track guy. It's not easy to beat. Not easy to beat at all. But he had the class of the field, best truck. I was up there battling with him a little bit in stage 1, and then I got into some trouble in the middle of the race, per usual, and had to try to come back. So anyway, what happened was, with about 20 to go, I guess, everybody's coming into pit. I've been riding behind D-Blood for, he's kept a 1.5 second lead on me. I mean, I'm not getting any closer. I'm not getting any farther away. And I figure I'm going to pit. I'm going to try to short pit, or at least pit a lap ahead of him. Well, I messed up in the pits, and I took 2 tires. And I don't know why I did that. And when I came back around and I noticed I had such a big lead, I was asking, what did y'all take 4? And everybody's like, yeah, we took 4. So I'm like, great. So right then and there, I thought it was over. And then I saw D-Blood hawking me down, and I'm losing. I mean, I'm dirt tracking it in the corners. It's sliding all over the place. And when he got up on me, I said, well, I'm just going to stand on it and see what I can do with him. And by the time he had caught me, I think his tires kind of started to even out a little bit. And he got by me, but I was expecting him to pull away, and he didn't. And and I just wrestled it around the track, and he messed up a couple of corners, and then with about 2 to go there, I told myself, if you're close enough to him, you gotta hit him and see what happens. And he's a good buddy of mine. I mean, we always race each other clean, but I mean, the stakes are pretty high there, So drove into turn 2, and I just stood on it, and I hit him right in the door, right in the. And, he tried to drive back under me, and he was trying to cross me over, and we were down there on the apron, and I was just trying to defend the bottom and take all his momentum away. So then we're beating and banging, and I finished the race with 1% on my left rear.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Good job, Ski.
Well, let's go ahead and get to our questions to TC and Delgacho. Y'all got anything for our champion?
Delgacho, you go ahead.
I'm good on mine. I was just curious on how he was able to find that extra gap, but I saw in the race D-Blood did make some mistakes there.
Yeah.
I just want to say to Ski Mask, congratulations on the the Truck Series Championship, and whether you meant to or didn't mean to take 2 tires, it worked out for you. So congratulations, brother, and good race. And good race to the Final Four drivers as well. I mean, y'all got to be good drivers to get to this point. And so I want to congratulate all of the Final Four drivers here that were racing here tonight.
Real quick, I do want to ask you one more question. Yo, you finally got this moment, man, and I know how much you wanted to win. I know how much it means for you to become a champion. So, how does this moment feel right now for you, bud? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. I thought you were talking to.
No.
He was talking to you, Ski. Go ahead. How do you feel
taking
about
a
the
shot.
championship
Leave him
moment?
alone.
Yeah,
He's taking a shot.
He was trying to. Yeah.
No, man. It's just we work all year to, or not all year, but all season to try to get in one of these positions, and
3 to 4 months long for sure. That's a long time to be dedicated.
yeah. So they're all great drivers, and it's great competition every week, and I'm happy to finally get one, man. I've been trying to get one for a long time, so.
I got something to say too, Ski. Hell of a job, buddy. And there ain't nobody out here that I want to see win it more. As much as we practice, and as much work as we put in, you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? You bust your butt every week to try, and it's always to try to beat D-Blood or Cushion. It's the same 4 or 5 drivers that we come out here and we're like, this guy's gonna be fast here, this guy's gonna be fast there. But we bust our butts, and you came out here and put it on, man. That was a good job, buddy.
Hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
And
Thanks,
I mean, you definitely deserve the recognition, especially after an incredible race that you had. This is probably one of the best championship races thus far because there was a lot of drama, a lot of situations for all 4 drivers. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better night, and great way to end the truck season. And D-Blood, man, you got yourself an amazing league with an amazing group of individuals working hard to be able to make all this happen, man.
Yeah, there ain't no other league doing what we're doing, man. Not as fast as we are, as competitive, and this league by far way above the others.
I mean, plus Plan B Sales and 9 Lines, you guys are incredible for being sponsors to us, and I can't thank you guys that. TC, man, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it home and get a chance to thank all of you guys for a great season for the Cup, ARCA, and the truck season. We're not done just yet. We have an all-star race. We'll figure out everything for you guys soon. Make sure you guys check out our social medias with the Facebook and the YouTube.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see y'all next week.
Oh yeah, for sure, and appreciate all the drivers here tonight. We appreciate all the viewers that joined in and watched this race, and all the viewers that will join in later on to watch this race. It was one hell of a truck race, and Ski Mask in that number 22 Chevy Silverado is going to take home that championship win for this season. We're proud of him. He's a good driver, and he definitely earned it. And great job to him, and great job to all the Final Four drivers. And like I said, we appreciate everybody that has joined and tuned in. We want to thank Plan B Sales for sponsoring us and giving us a platform to run on. I mean, that's always great, and we appreciate that. And with that said, we do have an all-star race coming up here soon, so keep that in mind. That's going to be between the Cup, the trucks, and the ARCA, if I'm not mistaken, depending on if you want to race or polls or that kind of thing. So that's going to be very interesting to see, and we'll have to see what track that is going to be raced at. So that's still to be determined. But like I said, we appreciate everyone. D-Blood, appreciate all the behind-the-scenes stuff you do, and keeping up with the league and keeping up with stats and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. Not a problem, buddy. I don't mind doing it when it's fun. When you got a good group and you got good racing like this, and that's what we got. We've got a good group, and gonna build on it for next season. And thank you to everybody who broadcast, and congratulations to our champions. And stay tuned. We'll, like I said, we're gonna have an all-star race, and we'll start announcing stuff for season 4 coming up.
Yep.
And
also,
we definitely appreciate it, D Blood. You know, like I said, you've done an awesome job. And to go back to another broadcaster, do we appreciate you helping us out with the cup races all season long. You've done an awesome job as well, and we appreciate you.
I couldn't have done it without old Larry Reynolds down there in the Yard Ready Racing, plus a bunch of guys. I mean, hey, for his first time, his being in the booth, who's down there? But anyways, he did a phenomenal job. You did an incredible job. It was fun doing the Cup season with you, man.
I appreciate it, man. I like doing it. I didn't think at first that it would be my cup of tea and something I like to do, but because I don't talk very much, I don't. It's hard for me to come up with things to say and this and that. But we kind of complement each other. You'll start talking about something, and then I'll come in. So
yeah,
it works out
That's
pretty
what it's all
good.
about. That's how you make a good team right there. And Del Gatra, we appreciate you helping us out this season as well.
Yeah,
You showed up here in the last few races and helped us out with commentary, and we appreciate that. And you did an awesome job as well, my man.
Thanks to Melton as well. Thanks to Melton as well for being our in-race reporter, giving us everything as far as like the laps and the strategies. Thank you to Melton. Thank you to Shifter for being our last two, and it was an awesome night. Couldn't ask for a great ending to a great season here in the Truck Series.
I guess with that said, fellas, it's kind of sad to say, but I guess we're going to sign off for the final time for this season. We will be back. No worries. We'll be back next season. But for Thunder Valley Truck Series Racing League, we're signing off here. The 22 Ski Mask is your champion for this year. We congratulate him. He did an awesome job. And we appreciate everybody that watches the broadcast and anybody who watches the broadcast in the future. Appreciate all y'all. And we appreciate our broadcasters, our racers, and anybody that's involved. D-Blood as well, especially him, all the behind-the-scenes stuff I mentioned. So it's been one heck of a season, fellas, and it's been easy to call these races, and I appreciate all y'all. Thank y'all.